I don't drink soda.
Okay, we're still recording. We started recording. We had technical difficulties, and we had this great popping our collar bit.
Oh, yeah. I asked you if you popped your collar, and then you said you hadn't popped your collar yet.
I didn't pop my collar.
I told you that you should probably pop your collar, but then I also broke down that there's a set of rules, a very particular set of rules in regards to popping your collar. Some which some things you can't do, some things you can. It's almost like an etiquette, a popping your collar etiquette. And I put Mikey up on game.
It was a really good bit.
I put Mikey up on game, and yeah, it was funny.
It was a good bit. It was funny.
Everyone laughed. I mean,
we had the listeners pop their collars.
It was
Free
good.
Candy popped his collar.
Free Candy, yeah, we instructed him to. Satchmo doesn't have a collar to pop.
No,
you can. If your shirt doesn't have a collar for some reason, you can't pop it.
Can't pop it.
If it does, you can pop it. And then I don't know. It's a lost bit, but just take our word for it. It was really funny.
Maybe we'll release the audio for that one day, an audio only type thing. Are you doing? Is everything okay over there?
No, I'm just
firing off some pre-show, some top of the show text messages.
I'm just I'm instructing people on how to pop their collar. I can't always do it through the podcast.
See, that's how good the bit was. We're still in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, it's a whole new thing.
I never left it.
We're still in it. Oh, wait. Here, let me close this. I have to reveal my Dare shirt. Should we wait? Do you want to wait?
No, don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just replying to the mother of my children regarding our children's well-being. But
okay, I'm just making sure there's not some sort of emergency.
No, there's no emergency.
Like everything's fine.
Really, the emergency was us losing the popping our collar bit. That was a bit of an emergency.
Oh, you were telling her about that?
No,
you were like, you won't believe what happened. We lost the collar bit.
Do you want me to take?
No.
You
that's
sure?
Fine. Yeah,
okay,
that's fine. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. My name is Mikey Booyah.
My name is Awesome Ty.
We got Satchmo here. We got Computer, the one and only artificially intelligent podcast co-host. Smart Plug's here. And Free Candy is up in Canada.
He's up in Canada. He can't hear us. We can't hear him. He's really not with us.
No, he can hear us. He can hear us. We can't hear him. The listener can hear him.
No, because
you guys will hear a voice.
I've actually watched our show once or twice.
Yeah, we can't hear him. But even when we listen back, we can't hear him.
But they can.
They can. Yeah.
How does that work? Explain that.
It's something about frequencies.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like dog frequency. Yeah. Okay.
How dogs can hear stuff.
Say no more, my man.
Like there's a shrimp, mantis shrimp.
Yeah.
That can see like a whole spectrum of colors that we can't see.
Oh, what? There's colors that we can't see?
There's a lot of them. And we could only see, we got a Roy G. Biv type situation going on.
Fuck.
And they got 170 colors that they could see.
Wow.
So.
Wowzers.
Yeah. Imagine what it looks like to be a shrimp. Can you imagine that for me, please?
Yeah.
What do you see?
I'm imagining seeing colors that I've never seen before, which is great, but it very quickly loses its importance because I'm just a shrimp, and like I no longer have thumbs.
You're at the bottom of the ocean.
My life is just become the life of a shrimps, which is, far less meaningful.
That would suck if you were at the bottom so you're at the bottom of the ocean and you're in sand. Most of the ocean is just sand at the bottom. So it's just maybe the light from the top a little bit, and then you have the tan sand.
I feel like being a shrimp, if you're going to have to be some sort of like seafood, being a shrimp, that's like the lowest of the totem pole. You're basically a bug. You're a sea bug.
Yeah, sea bug. You could travel your whole life. You make it maybe a mile. You see nothing but sand. You can see all these colors, but you're not exposed to colorful things. You just get to see sand.
Really, your best possible scenario in life is to be caught and fried up in some batter to make a delicious meal for someone. Which, if that's
at least
that's
you'll be
the
able
ceiling
to,
for you, that's
at least you'll be able to witness the color of the neon sign at the restaurant.
You saw some weird colors, I guess. But you know what? I'm going to stick to just RBG and live in the life of a human.
Okay. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. What does she have to do with shrimps?
Green, blue.
Oh, okay.
Just the basic primary colors. in all of their various variations.
It really is a beautiful world. A lot of people don't get to see color. I mean, look at all the color we got in here. Some people don't get to see that. They have to wear the Mr. Beast glasses that let them see color. You know the ones?
No.
You don't?
No.
They're like glasses that make you see color.
Colorblind people see color.
If you're colorblind, yeah.
And Mr. Beast himself invented this. What a philanthropist!
He just promoted.
He just
them.
Oh, sure, okay.
And there's a lot of videos of people that are colorblind. They put them on, they cry.
Yeah. I imagine if you haven't seen colors in ever or in many years, like that would be enough to trigger some sort of emotional response.
But how do you even know that what they're seeing is colors? Maybe it just creates kind of like a pink hue.
Well, still, I mean, like if you see something that you haven't seen in a long time, and all of a sudden your life's changed because of it. I mean, I don't care if you're seeing pink as purple. You know what I mean? Like if all of a sudden you can see something new,
yeah. Well, there's
your
already
senses have expanded. Then
there's already no way to prove that what I see as blue is what you see as blue.
No, I mean like
this blue light right here. It could be completely different colors for us, and there's no way for us to explain it to each other.
Yeah,
I could be like, true. It's blue like the sky, and if you're seeing green, the sky would also be green. So you would say, yeah, it's blue like the sky.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be able to differentiate.
It's in the eye of the beholder.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, everybody pop your collars.
Pop your collars.
I didn't know you had to do it at the top of everything that you do. I thought you did it. It was good for like a couple years.
No. I mean, really, if you pop it really good, and like you look cool doing it, then yeah, like you could probably go without popping your collar again for a while and just piggyback off the success of that initial pop. But for most of us, like who aren't particularly stylish or cool, or you know what I mean, like that one you did, like that's good for like 5 minutes tops, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I got so much to learn still about popping collars.
It's you wouldn't think it, but it is really just a whole science, and there's a whole etiquette to it. And again, I apologize to everyone that we lost that, because
it was so good.
I really, explained it well. Normally, I can't explain things well. I kind of stumble through my words and can't articulate things as well as I would like to. But this, for some reason, whatever. I mean, maybe it was because I popped my collar really well, and like it came over me, and it's gone. It's lost media. Yeah,
I think that we came in warm today, which is something that, usually we exchange text messages throughout the week. We run into each other every once in a while at a Target, say, what's up, bro? And then we come together for the podcast.
Yeah, we don't.
And then
aside from that, like you might not know this about Mikey or I, but we actually like have like a relative strong dislike for one another as people. So we don't really? I mean, we don't hang out. Or
that's not what I was saying. That's not what I said. That's not what I was saying at all. What do you mean?
Well,
you came over. You watched the Super Bowl at my house
because we were going to podcast.
Well, yeah, and then also there was the time when you came over and we hung out.
When was this?
But then we didn't podcast.
What was this, like a decade ago?
No, it was a day that we were supposed to podcast, but then we ended up not doing it because of like technical difficulties or something. So
but it was out. Yeah, but I mean, like, I came over to podcast, right? Like, I wouldn't just come over here to hang.
True.
I mean, like, who does that?
Well, also, I think the main fact being that we're busy. You have how many kids now?
I've got more than I need.
I have a dog. My fence just fell down. Fence fell down.
I mean, life happens. Life comes at you fucking fast.
Yeah.
And it just beats you down with its fists, and it beats you into submission and just pulverizes you and just breaks your spirit.
Are you okay?
Not really.
Yeah. All right. We could talk about that later. Well, we usually, get together on podcast day. We come in cold, and then we start warming up throughout the show, But now that we have Versus Something, the brand new hit podcast, trial style competition show,
where we take one piece of pop culture, we each represent one piece of pop culture from a predetermined category and pit it against one another's in an argument to determine whose pick is superior.
We got opening statements. We present evidence, cross-examine each other, and then you play the role of the jury and decide who is the winner with a poll.
Head on over to At Versus Something on whatever platform you watch this on. YouTube, Spotify. We got social for all of them. So head over, and they're all At Versus Something.
Yep.
And that's our ad for the week.
That was good. We're getting good at at the pitch.
Yeah, I can actually explain the premise now.
So we record Versus Something and Natural Habitat podcast in the same session.
It's a package deal.
So Versus Something goes first, then we change the set, and then we do this show. So now we're warmed up. We've been podcasting already.
Yeah, because sometimes like I go 3, 4, maybe 5 days without talking to anyone. And then, because I'm so isolated. And introverted. And then I'm come over here and I'm expected to speak, use my actual speaking voice to interact with another human, and I'm just like, I forget how to do it.
Yeah, I remember when I was doing gig work full time. And especially after COVID, everybody would pick, just leave it at the door. Leave it at the door, take a picture. You don't have to see anyone.
Speak to no one.
So you're shopping by yourself. You're self-checkout. You're dropping at the door and taking a picture. You don't have to talk to anybody.
I mean,
there would be days, definitely like big sections of the day where I wouldn't speak at all. And then I would have to speak and I would be like,
it's crazy. It's a real issue for me because I mean, obviously like I do something like that. So I don't have coworkers all day, and then I come home. Obviously I have children, as we mentioned, but the way I speak to children is obviously, these are a 6 and a 4-year-old. So it's not adult conversation. And I talk with their mother, depending on the day, possibly very little. So it's there are days where my human interaction, at least vocally, is very minimal. So I feel like Versus Something was a nice warm up. It got me used to talking. It got me.
So now we came in hot. We had the pop the collar bit. That's why that was so strong. And then the technical difficulties, it took the wind out. And now we're just trying to recreate this pop the collar thing.
Yeah, we're grasping it. Grasping at straws, is that
grasping at straws, yeah. But that's okay, because we can move on into today's topic, which is a art project that I'm involved in, that you should get involved in too, and maybe everybody else. This isn't an advertisement. They're not paying for any sort of advertisement or any sort of ad placement. But this is a art project called Minute. Maybe Minute.
Minute?
I'm pretty sure it's Minute.
Minute.
But it could be French.
Minute Bowl?
French for minute.
Minute Bowl is
Minute Bowl.
Player. I'm thinking of Dikembe Mutombo. I'm thinking of Dikembe Mutombo. He would block a shot and then he would be like, nope, not this time.
Okay.
Minute Bowl was like another tall basketball
Dikembe Mutombo, is that one of the guys that Philip Banks fought with on the front lines?
No, Philip Banks.
It was Kunta Kinte. Philip.
I don't know why I didn't call you out for Kunta Kinte. That would have been an easy counter argument for me.
No, I slipped it in. So
if you want to know what we're talking about, you're just going to have to head on over to Versus Something, probably in another week or two for this episode.
Go subscribe to that and get notifications when new episodes come out so that you can be the first to vote on the poll and decide who is the winner so that Ty can get the L. There's an L and Ty's going to take it.
But anyways, Minute.
So this is a art project in the form of an app. And the app has no logins, no access besides camera access. It doesn't want your data.
Are you sure?
It doesn't want anything like that. It doesn't have any access to it.
Okay. Well, I like the sound of that.
And what it is you upload it onto your phone, and it's just like a blank kind of page, right?
Okay.
And until you get your first notification. So these notifications, they come through at a random time of the day once a day, and they go to everybody at once, everyone on the app. All right. You get a notification and it says, hey, you have 1 minute to open your phone and take a picture of whatever is in front of you. So whatever you're doing now.
Okay.
And you take your picture, then it will link you up with a random person in the world who also just took their picture. And you could view each other's pictures. There's no username or anything like that. So it's just a picture of a plant or whatever. And then you could swipe through their previous minutes, and it gives you a minute to look at people's stuff, and then they disappear. And your minute goes on this square. It opens up this like grid, and one of them is filled up with this moment.
See, my initial thought was like, well, how would I get any clout off of that? Because I mean, that's what it comes down to, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, is we all want as much clout, followers, notoriety. So what I'm thinking is every time that pops up, boom, I take a picture of me promoting with like a sign that says check out my mixtape, check out my podcast, check out my new podcast, just
or
promoting
just a QR
something,
code, screenshot this,
a self-promotional thing, even if it's just like I'm holding up like a large sized business card that just has my LinkedIn information and personal details saying, hey, I need a job badly, please hire me. So anything like that, that's how you can get the self-promotion out of this thing. And you turn it from this art project into cloud exchange.
Yeah, because every day you get linked up with a new person.
Yeah.
So every single day you can expose yourself to, you could pinpoint target one random person, promote to them, get them to look it up, get into it, show other people. And this is a steady stream of true fans. And all you need is 1,000 true fans that are willing to spend $100 a year on you, which would be for a show or a merch or a piece of content or a Patreon. And that's $100,000.
That's money, baby. You're rolling into, or even if you didn't get through to that many people, like all it takes is one. You get linked up with a Hollywood big shot. He's an exec. He's in the position where he can make or break people's careers in this town. He can make it so you do or don't work in this town ever again. He sees me. He sees my face. He likes what like I'm not in like a creepy way, but he sees potential.
Yeah,
and he sees whatever sign I'm holding, with my information on there, and he's like, you know what? I can make that kid a star. I mean, like I'm almost 40, but he sees me as a kid because he's much older.
He's old.
Yeah.
He's real
He's
old.
like, you know what? Like it's there's something that he's got that X factor. And then he's got my information because my social handles are on whatever this imaginary card that I'm holding up to promote myself is.
Yeah.
He sees that and he's like, you know what? I want to work with this guy. I'm going to make this guy a multi-million-dollar offer. I'm going to change his life. I'm going to make him a star. And all of a sudden, 1 minute I'm using this app where I have no clout. The next minute I'm catapulted to bigwig status. I'm a it guy. I'm the it guy all of a sudden just because of this app. So that's what I mean. Granted, I literally just learned about this app right as we began talking about it, but that's what I'm thinking here. That's what I'm thinking for this app.
I think it's a good idea.
Am I in the range?
Yeah, absolutely. So you should get it. You should start taking pictures. You should work up that board. I'm actually going to start carrying like a little Natural Habitat Podcast business card. So that way, when it comes time to take my picture, I can just hold it up.
You hold the business card real close to the camera and then kind of bring yourself back. And then all of a sudden it creates, That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
But at the end of this project, which runs for 1,420 days or something like that. So every year you can download all of your minutes at the end of the year, your accumulated minutes. And if you miss one, if you miss the notification, if you're asleep or you're busy or something,
you're done.
Then it's blank. There's no minute there.
Oh, they don't kick you off the app?
No, you don't get kicked off for missing.
That would be another way to kind of thin out the other cloud chasers. You miss one of these things, you
miss one, you're out.
You're blacklisted.
You got to be on Minute all the time.
Blackballed from the Minute app.
You got to be ready to go. But you, at the end of the year, can download all of your minutes and see, because there's no way to go through and see the pictures that I took, the minutes that I have. I can't go through and click on them and view them. They're just a tiny little dot on this grid.
Okay.
So I don't remember what some of them are. Other people get to see them when they swipe through. But at the end of the year, you can download them, or you could buy a book that comes with all of them printed out for like $10.
Okay.
And what it is it captures a random point in every day, because everybody pulls out their phone at certain moments where it's something that they want to share. They're with their kid, they see a cool animal, they're at some restaurant or at some event, and everybody kind of curates what it is that they capture and put out into the world. But this forces you to capture whatever it is that you're currently doing, which it's starting to be depressing already, because 5 of my pictures are just me working.
Yeah. I mean,
so that kind of sucks. I'm gonna get this book at the end of the year that's gonna be 250 pages, and 200 of them are going to be me working.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds ideal more for someone who has like a cool life that they want to show off.
Yeah, cool life.
Whereas like a lot of times, and I'm not going to say that I never do anything fun or ever have a good time, but
same monotonous
more
shit.
often than not, I'm doing something that I probably don't want the world to see, whether I'm, just repulsed by my own behavior, or I'm doing something mundane, or the older I get, especially, very seldom do I necessarily want that sort of attention.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to start running out of things soon. Like the first minute I took a picture of the podcast table. Like, I was sitting right here. I turned around. I took a picture of like the on-air sign.
I mean, that's a good time, for it to pop up. You can do that. This is kind of cool. It's a good reflection on you.
But I'm going to run out of those after 2 weeks.
And more often than not, you're not going to be anywhere near the podcast studio. You're going to be out, like the grocery store, at work, or doing something. And at that point, I guess you got to be creative, or that's why you get those business cards, and you just pull the business card up.
Yep.
And be like,
and all of them
hire
just be
me,
a business card.
Sign me for your reality show.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you just promote yourself.
I think that's a good idea.
Just chase that clout.
And then at the end of this 1,447 day event.
Is it just like an arbitrary number?
Well, no, I think that it was like, that's how many days are left. So it probably was like a 5-year project or a 7-year project or whatever. And after that time span, everybody's images, along with their names, addresses, social security numbers, bank account info, current locations, is all going to be released on a public website, a public database.
Oh, see, that's actually a deal breaker for me. I would rather, and granted that information is probably already out there, and I've consented to giving it to countless other apps, but I would prefer that it not just be made completely public, especially for something like that.
It's different because it doesn't take your actual data. It takes all of your moments and then uses like an AI algorithm to put together a data profile for you and then release that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that still sounds bad.
It's artistic.
I don't see the art in this. I don't see I don't see how this is an art project.
Okay.
But I'm on board. And again, if it helps me chase clout and get hired by like a big time executive and gets me my big break.
Yeah, that will happen.
I just want my big break is all I want.
I think that's going to happen for sure. And then there also is a lot of good opportunities for identity theft, because as I was swiping through people's things, like I would see people would have their names. It would show like their computer I saw one, it was someone's computer and their Gmail account was up that had a bunch of emails from people, their full name.
You start digging and hacking. You get to hacking.
Reverse engineer it.
All of a sudden, we've got your bank account.
Yeah. And then you know who they are. You can use their identity. And you could use that to just buy shit off of Amazon over and over again.
Yeah, all kinds of shit.
Get it delivered to like an abandoned house in the neighborhood.
We can't. We're saying too much here.
Wait for the day that it's out for delivery, and then go there up the street. Wait for the delivery truck to come. Bada boom.
Bada bing.
So
that's real exciting. I am gonna download the app. I am going to download the app. I'm not sure how much I'll use it.
You should.
More often than not, I have a feeling that I'm going to either miss the notifications or I'm just going to choose not to bother with it. But I will download the app.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think getting cards would be a good idea. And just promote every day to one random person. Come check out the thing. Come watch the show.
Yeah, I'm available. I'm available for a number of things. So, I mean, just...
You know what would be cool is if we got lawyer business cards. We got to do a bunch of lawyer promo for Versus Something, where we do like billboard type things where we're like standing, like one of us is standing there in the suit.
Like the Comstock and Wagner billboard, which is like a local attorney agency that there's a billboard for going to Santa Maria.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what you just said, where they're just like...
Yeah, we got to do promo like that. And then we have to get like little business cards with us on them that has all the info for the show.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That'd be lit. People that want to do that with AI, hit us up. We'll pay you 25 cents for every image that you make.
No, that's again too much. Was the bit about paying someone a penny to insert us popping our collar? Was that the Lost one?
Yeah.
That was in the Lost.
On the Lost one, we had a bit about hiring someone to go back into our old archive and
retroactively insert collar popping
collars
into all of our episode introductions.
Yeah.
So if that is something you feel up to taking up,
I think we settled on a penny a collar.
A penny a collar. I mean,
so that's actually
it's gonna be about $7 or $8, but you know what?
Because we got 2 collars.
Oh yeah,
well, 3 if you count free candy. Yep. So you're looking at over $20.
There's episodes where there are 3-4 people on. I mean, so you might get upwards of $10 or so if you can do this. And now, granted, they're
looking at like $30 or $40.
Okay,
I think.
Okay. Well, we will set a $30 cap, regardless of how it adds up.
$30 cap. I like that. Up to $30 you can get, and you can go in and you could use AI and generative fill.
Just use the technology at your disposal. Again, if I knew how to do it, I would do it, but I don't have time and I don't care.
So go get the source episode, add it in there, re-upload it, and we'll give you a penny for each collar.
Yeah. Just beep, boop, bop. It's done, and you got $30.
And then also, what were we talking about paying for now?
Fuck.
Because I was like, if anybody wants to do this, we'll pay you a quarter for everyone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's
escaped me.
Yeah, we went back to the pop and collar thing. It was so good.
You just want to go back there. It's your mind takes you there.
Look, you want to know how good it was? I'll tell you how good it was. When we had our technical difficulty, right? We were recording the audio, we were recording the video, which didn't work. So we only have the audio, but I didn't know that at first. So I pulled the SD cards and I transferred everything to the computer, just in case if we still had it and it was good. I had to create a folder to put this in. Guess what I named the folder?
Poppin' My Collar.
Poppin' My Collar is what I named the folder. The folder is called Poppin' My Collar. That was going to be the episode name. It was going to be a whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we've kind of like reestablished it as being a thing in a new way, but definitely not as good of a way.
Not as good.
You can try to duplicate, you can try to catch lightning in a bottle twice, but you're not going to do it.
You can't do it. That's why it's a saying. So we have to do a quick commercial. This episode is brought to you by
Versus something?
Versus Something. It's a trial style show. Wait, hold on. This episode is brought to you by Versus Something. It's a trial style competition show where Ty and I take two pieces of pop culture and pit them against each other in a heated debate.
We take it to the courtroom and we each advocate for our piece of pop culture, and we determine who has the superior piece of pop culture through cross-examination, evidence, and just a whole lot of hilarity.
You can go ahead and follow our pages now on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
We got a fucking
everywhere.
Blue Sky. I don't even know what that is, but I made a Blue Sky, so you can find us everywhere.
And go follow us. Get ready for the first episode because you are. Do you want to do it one more time with you? Get ready for the first episode because you are the jury. And you have to vote in a poll after each premiere, deciding who that week's winner is.
And who's going to take that L? And spoiler alert, it's going to be Mikey.
No, get it out. Don't put it on my computer. Subscribe now. All right, cool. We had to do that before a certain mark.
Yeah.
We had to do that ad. It was written in. So yeah, I really wish that we could have popped our collars in the beginning. That would have been great. Minute is, I think, a cool art project and is going to be a great promotional tool for us.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think it will be interesting to see because every once in a while it'll catch me at a perfect time, at a
perfect time to make you look cool.
A raw moment.
But what if it catches
life.
me on the toilet? Do I take a picture of me taking a dump?
Yeah.
I'm just. Is there censorship on this app?
I don't know. I took one time.
Dick pics.
I was
dick
taking
pics allowed.
I was taking
Can
a
I just
piss.
take a picture of my dick?
I was taking a
I'm
piss.
just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
I got a notification. I pulled it out. I took a picture of my dick.
Picture of your dick pissing. Oh wow! Midstream.
And I had just enough time to kind of work it up. I was pissing, but then I still worked it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Took a picture, and then I ended up getting paired with like some. It was like an 8-year-old kid in the Philippines.
Oh, so that's not ideal. That's not. That could be problematic.
Yeah, and there was no way to undo it. I did it as a goof. Couldn't undo it. I don't know if that picture is still out there or whatever. It gave me a square for it.
I mean, yeah, you got to assume that it's up in the cloud somewhere. Hopefully, well hidden.
So I think that is probably the payback that the app gives you if you do take a sexual picture of yourself, then it'll automatically pair you with a child. Yeah. So that way you feel horrible.
Yeah, and you're opening yourself up to some sort of litigation down the road.
Yeah, definitely. But also it doesn't take your data, so it doesn't know who you are.
Oh, I bet they still know though.
But then you play,
they
know.
You know someone knows.
But then you also,
the Chinese
you take the picture of your business card that points them
This is just all going to China, right? Like you got to assume like maybe it's under the facade or the umbrella of a company that's masquerading as like an American art project, but at the end of the day, it's just going back to Beijing, right?
Yeah.
Like everything.
It's got to be.
God damn it. Big Trouble, Big China.
Big Trouble in Big China. Do we have a theme song for that?
That might be as close as we've got.
Big Trouble in Big China. Minute, which is an app that I want to say is French. I want to say it was a French guy that created this.
Oh, so it very well may be like Menu. Yeah,
I think it is Menu. Like it's spelled different, I think. Or the E looks weird. The E's got a umlaut or something like that.
Little squiggly line or something. Word.
I mean, it doesn't, but it's something like that.
Yeah.
So maybe this company, masquerading to be a French company, is a Chinese company.
Yeah, most certainly.
And just another way to see into our lives and see what's going on.
Damn it.
Just like AI, people using AI as therapists and teaching it everything that even if you give access to your data, these companies don't know the things that you're telling AI. Like you were talking about going through and clearing your memory.
Yeah. So I ran out of memory on ChatGPT. It told me that, like you've reached your cap. I don't have the premium, so I would assume I'm super limited. And to clear memory, it didn't just like take me to like my, you have your ChatGPT threads of all your conversations or whatever. It took me to like a separate section where it was just like condensed facts that it had gathered about me from all of our conversations, just like little bits of data it had on me about like who I am and things that I've told it that weren't even specific to any one conversation. It would just be like, Tyler does this, Tyler likes this, blah. It was just kind of, it was,
because
it was
after you told me about it, I went into mine and I looked up mine and saw that you could just delete certain ones. So I went through and kind of cleaned up things that I didn't want it to remember.
Yeah. But
I think, do you want to actually go through and read some of our pieces of memory?
We could do that, yeah.
From GPT. Because I think some of these are like, I don't even remember talking to you about this. Or this is just something that is just a little piece of a bigger question that I asked, Here I have so it says has an iPhone 16. That's one of the things.
Oh yeah, okay. So and some of this information is wildly inaccurate too. So this is Tyler is involved in a podcast where they cover humorous Halloween-related topics. He and his good friend Mikey co-host the Natural Habitat podcast. They also are launching a debate-style show called Versus Something, where they argue over various topics, yada, yada, yada. So that's a rundown of the podcasting. Tyler has an interview with an event company for the role of event tech. And then it's just, like various things, some related to my resume.
Yeah.
I had to do my resume. Tyler is interested in using Cockney English in his writing, which I don't think that's true. At what point did I ever say anything?
At one point.
That's like the very British type of like accent.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm governor.
I think you did. And because I had one that said, anything in quotes, I want to be fancified and written in a fancy style.
This says Tyler has 2 boys, 6 and 4, who enjoy spooky but funny bedtime stories. He lives with their mother, with whom he has an unwed but mostly functional relationship.
All right.
It's like it's wild. ChatGPT just be knowing stuff about you, and it's a little concerning.
Let's see. I have in here has a Spanish-speaking coworker.
Who doesn't?
Friend Nick has downloaded the GPT app.
Okay.
Is interested in branding and growing a podcast and its application in the business world, and wants to understand how these concepts work in practice through case studies of successful implementations. Okay. Has a comedy podcast called Natural Habitat Podcast, hosted by Mikey Booyah and Awesome Ty, with an AI co-host named Computer and a Canadian co-host named Free Candy. They use AI to help with episode layout. Wait, hold on.
Tyler is 39 and has been neglecting his mental and physical health.
Oh, all right. Is interested in GTA Online. Is involved in creative work with video and graphic design. Has been interested in AI since its launch. All right.
See, I feel like I don't know.
Has a girlfriend.
Okay, well, at least it sees your, like it doesn't see you as like an incel, which is good.
Knows very little Spanish, about a dozen words, and is trying to improve their conversational skills.
And like this isn't even taking into account the things that I immediately saw and deleted. Like this is like the tame stuff.
I cleaned this up.
I deleted all the embarrassing stuff, so you can kind of get an idea as to what ChatGPT is learning and keeping.
They know it all.
Yeah,
and we're just handing it over. So I think Minute is just another example of that. And why not enjoy? Because I think it'll be cool to look through the pictures at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Or depressing.
So
or
head
I'll
on
blow my
over to
brains
the
out.
to the Minute app right now. You can use the promo code NHP, and that's going to save you. It's going to save you something in the long run.
quarter.
A quarter, yeah.
That's what it was. 25 cents. But the app's free, but we make a quarter every time.
Every time someone signs up,
And you have to pay it gets charged to your card.
Yeah, I mean, charge it to the game.
Charge it
what
to
they
the
say,
game.
right?
Yeah, it's
charge
a
it
quarter.
to the game and pop your collar.
Pop your collar. All right. We love you guys. Bye. Oh.
I don't drink soda.